Hey guys, welcome back to the another video. So now we're going to put everything in one place and we're going to see how to take trade as well. Okay. So till now I have explained you guys about bias, right? Daily, weekly bias to know which fair value gap can hold, which can be breakaway gap. Okay, so I teach you guys order block, internal, external, right? So now it's time to put everything in one place and also to take entry on lower time frame. Okay. So right now I'm going to teach you guys a swing trading method. Okay. So we're going to start with swing trading, and of course in future class we will see intraday also, but I want to start with swing trading because it will give you a better framework if you're going to trade intraday. Okay, and swing trading personally nowadays from last 1 2 months I start doing swing trading, and for me it's much better as compared to intraday. Of course, in future class we will discuss about pros and cons as well. But swing trading is very useful. If you're doing job, if you are busy, you can do swing trading. Okay, and if you are afraid from taking trade on 5 minutes, 15 minutes, then swing trading is for you basically. Okay, some people say me, or this is me as well in past when I was doing intraday trading, okay, when I was taking trade on M5, M15, okay, I always get stopped out, then market was moving in basically my favor, okay. So what was happening with me, and maybe this is happening to you guys as well. So for example, let's say price moved from this low to this high, okay, let's say this is my, for example, H4 fair value gap, H4 bullish fair value gap, and I know when market will tap H4 bullish fair value gap, I have to look for M5, M15 entry, okay, for intraday. So it was always happening that market, let's say, hit my stop loss, okay, on M5, M15, hit my stop loss, then market is moving in my favor. So what I learned and what I saw and what my mentor also suggested me. So if you know from your back testing, if you know with your data, uh, if you're looking for M5, M15 market most of the time hitting your stop loss and then moving into favor. So why not you directly entering on this H4 fair value gap? Okay, putting little wide stop and then targeting 1:1, 1:2 risk reward. Okay, from the day I started doing this, okay, it helped me so much, and also now it helped me to do intraday as well. So we're going to start with swing, and of course in future we will talk about intraday as well. Okay. And one more thing I'll say, we're going to use everything on swing trading, okay? Inverted fair value gap, overlapping, order block, fair value gap, everything we have learned till now, okay? What applies on daily, weekly, it same applies on 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 minute, okay? I said it before, I said it before, and I'll say it again. Okay, always remember this point. Higher time frame bias is the foundation to profitability. Okay, everything falls into place once you are aligned with higher time frame order flow. Once you understand higher time frame, then it will be easy for you to frame trade on lower time frame. If you don't understand where daily, weekly is going, of course you're going to struggle so much in your trading. Okay, maybe you have different trading method, then of course you can easily find profitability, no doubt. But if you trading ICT concept, I believe, or even if you trade some other concept as well, uh, higher time frame understanding is very important. Okay, then easily you can frame your trade. And always remember this 2 point, nothing is 100% correct basically. Okay, you will going to take loss. uh, in third, fourth video when I told you guys to backtest and collect data on fair value gap or order block, you saw you will not win every time, right? Not all fair value gap is going to hold, not every order block is going to hold. Okay, so same it goes to entry as well. Not all your trade is going to hit TP. Okay, so you have to learn to take loss. You have to learn to accept the loss basically. Okay, if you're going to try to avoid loss, if you thinking you don't want to take loss, you want to avoid loss, then you're going to struggle too much and it will be very hard for you to become a consistent trader because loss is something that you have to pay basically. Like this is business, you have to understand trading is business and you have to pay the expense no matter what. Okay, so always keep this in mind. Nothing is 100% correct, so the goal is to keep it simple and don't complicate it. Analysis paralysis is a real thing, and of course many of you have not basically face this problem, analysis paralysis, but of course in future, once you start doing trading, you will feel this analysis paralysis. Okay, sometime you will feel bullish, sometime you will feel bearish, and that's basically analysis paralysis. Once you will basically, when you feel confused key, today I have to look, is market is looking bullish or bearish. Okay, so that's the best time you have to avoid that market and focus on the other pair. Okay, we will talk in more depth in upcoming time. Okay, if you guys want me to cover psychology, trade management, and of course, I'll cover this as well. But as I know many of you are new, so you will face this, but I'll help you whenever you will need me. So don't worry. So let's start our topic now. Okay, so whenever we start our analysis, okay, I always start with monthly, weekly, and daily. Okay, so if we first always start with your monthly time frame, okay, and right now we're talking about basically swing trading, right? So always start your analysis with monthly chart, okay? So we start with monthly chart. If the monthly chart is clear, then the weekly and daily will be clear. Okay, so for example, let's say you watching monthly time frame, okay, and you saw that we have this, let's say for example, monthly bullish fair value gap, and let's say market is at this monthly bullish fair value gap, okay, for example purpose, okay. So you can see this is, let's say for example, monthly time frame, okay, and you can see we on monthly, we are at this monthly bullish fair value gap. So we know right now market is at internal on monthly. So we can target this external. Okay. So right now monthly is clear, right? Why monthly is clear? Because we understand that market is at key level, and the key level is right now monthly bullish fair value gap. So we can look for the bullish move for the upcoming week or month basically. Okay. So if the monthly chart is clear, the weekly and daily will be clear as well, okay? Because you understand if monthly is going to trade bullish in this example, okay? If monthly is going to trade bullish, okay, then of course weekly and daily will also align with this monthly, right? So let's say for example, if monthly is not clear, okay, let's say on monthly time frame, for example, on monthly time frame, let's say we don't have any fair value gap from this low to this high. Okay, we don't have any fair value gap. So if monthly is not clear, then go to weekly time frame. Okay, so if monthly में अगर कुछ नहीं दिख रहा आपको, if there is nothing on monthly time frame, then go to weekly time frame. Okay, then go to weekly time frame, and let's say for example on weekly we have bullish fair value gap as for example purpose. Okay, and we are at this weekly bullish fair value gap. So of course right now weekly is clear because we are at key level, so we're looking for market to move from weekly internal to the external, right? So if weekly is clear, then daily will be clear as well, okay, because weekly is higher time frame as compared to daily. Okay, so if weekly is going to be bullish, then daily time frame is also going to be aligned with this weekly fair value gap. Okay, and for example, let's say if weekly is not clear, okay, let's say we don't have any fair value gap on weekly, for example, okay, so then go to daily time frame. Okay, then go to daily time frame, and if daily is not clear, okay, then stay out of the market basically, and then stay out from that pair. Okay, let's say this was the euro USD, for example. So if you don't have anything on monthly, if monthly is not clear, go to weekly. Weekly is not clear, then go to daily, and if daily is also not clear, then look for other pair. Okay, look for other opportunity in different pair basically, or wait basically. Okay, so always remember, if monthly is clear, then weekly and daily will be clear. If monthly is not clear, go to weekly, and if weekly will be clear, then daily and daily will be clear basically. Okay, and अगर weekly time frame भी एंड वीकली टाइम फ्रेम भी अगर आपको कुछ नहीं शो कर रहा है, देन गो टू डेली टाइम फ्रेम। एंड अगर डेली टाइम फ्रेम भी क्लियर नहीं है, देन स्टे आउट फ्रॉम द मार्केट एंड बेसिकली वेट फॉर द मार्केट to give you something on daily, weekly or monthly, or look for other pair that providing opportunity. Okay. And one more thing I want to say, I my most of the trade out of 100 trade, you will see 95 trade is based on internal to external. Okay, so I always like to frame my trade internal to external. Okay, so if I'm, let's say weekly I'm trading, let's say on weekly we have this fair value gap. Okay, so I like to trade weekly internal to weekly external basically. Okay, so my most of the trade you will see form inside internal to external. I don't like to trade external and external to internal. Okay, I don't like to trade external to internal. Okay, for me it fits much better with my personality. Okay, and if I'm trading internal to external, for example I'm trading from this fair value gap to this external target. Okay, I am aligned with order flow basically, I am aligned with trend basically. Okay, so that's why I like trading internal to external. But if for you, okay, but if you finding external to internal much easier, okay, you for you, let's say for example, let me draw this quickly for you guys. Okay, so let's say for example we grab this external. Okay, here external low we have swept and we have fair value gap here as an internal. So for if you for if for you it's easy to find external to internal, then stay with external to internal. But for me personally, I like to trade internal to external. Okay, so always keep this in mind. Okay, अगर daily clear नहीं है, then don't trade. Wait, learn to wait basically. Otherwise you're going to rush. You're going to chase. Okay, and always remember this is the time frame alignment we're going to use for the swing trading. Okay, so for example, again, I am just giving you guys some illustration example. Of course, we will see some live example as well. So for example, again, let's say we have this, let's say for example, we created here monthly fair value gap. Okay, or let's say weekly fair value gap. So let's say we tap this weekly fair value gap. Okay, so now we know we are at this internal level and we're going to look for the bullish move. So if we tap this weekly fair value gap, we will wait for 4 hour structure. Okay, then we will go to 4 hour to look for entry basically. Okay, so same thing. Let's say we have this monthly fair value gap, then we will wait for the daily level to form. Okay, or let's say this is daily fair value gap. Okay, we're going to wait for H1 structure to turn bullish basically. Okay, so here you will see one thing. On monthly we going to, if we are at monthly level, we will look for daily, weekly 4 hour, daily 1 hour. Okay, on weekly you can see here I have, मैंने यहाँ पे लिखा है बेसिकली और एक ऑप्शन दिया है, चाहे वीकली से आप 4 आवर टाइम फ्रेम का वेट करो या फिर वीकली टाइम फ्रेम अगर मार्केट आ चुका है, देन वेट करो कि 1 आवर में टू इम्पल्स हो। ओके, इसका मतलब क्या है टू इम्पल्स का? जैसे कि ये पहला इम्पल्स हुआ। ओके, ये लेट्स से रिट्रेस किया और ये दूसरा इम्पल्स। ओके, so this is two impulse basically. Okay, this is the bullish two impulse because we have this first impulse move. Okay, and this is the second impulse move. Okay, so this is two impulse. Okay, so let's say we are at this weekly fair value gap. Okay, so let's say we are at this weekly fair value gap and let's say 4 आवर में basically कुछ ऐसा क्लियर स्ट्रक्चर नहीं फॉर्म हो रहा है। ठीक है, लेट्स से हम लोग यहाँ से बाउंस कर रहे हैं बट 4 आवर में कुछ वैसा क्लियर स्ट्रक्चर फॉर्म नहीं हो रहा है। मे बी H1 टाइम फ्रेम में हम लोग टू इम्पल्स फॉर्म किए हो कुछ इस टाइप से, टू इम्पल्स। ओके, सो देन फ्रॉम वीकली के वीकली टाइम फ्रेम हम लोग हिट कर चुके हैं एंड 1 आवर में दो इम्पल्स देख रहे हैं, देन वी कैन लुक फॉर ट्रेड ऑन द सेकेंड इम्पल्स रिट्रेसमेंट। ओके, सो लेट्स से ये जो सेकेंड इम्पल्स हुआ है फॉर एग्जांपल, ओके, ये जो सेकेंड इम्पल्स हुआ है। ओके, सो इसमें जो फिर रिट्रेसमेंट मिलेगा हम लोग को, इसमें जो हम लोग को रिट्रेसमेंट मिलेगा फिर हम लोग उसमें बाई के लिए देख सकते हैं। आई शो यू एग्जांपल ताकि और अच्छे से क्लियर हो। ठीक है, तो ये चीज़ आई होप आप लोग को ये टाइम फ्रेम अलाइनमेंट स्विंग ट्रेडिंग का समझ में आ गया है कि हम लोग कौन सा टाइम फ्रेम अलाइनमेंट यूज़ करेंगे। एंड सम ऑफ यू माइट बी थिंकिंग कि डेली के बाद कुछ नहीं लिखे हुए हैं। क्यों? क्योंकि डेली अगर क्लियर नहीं है तो उसके नीचे तो हम लोग को जाना ही नहीं है, राइट? सो अगर डेली टाइम फ्रेम में मार्केट हिट किया तो 1 आवर का वेट करना है, स्ट्रक्चर का वेट करना है कि 1 आवर में हम लोग को सेटअप मिले, नहीं तो फिर वी हैव टू वेट। ओके, ओके, सो यहाँ पे मैं अभी एक डेली स्विंग ट्रेडिंग का एग्जांपल दिखाने वाला हूँ। Okay, so let's say we are at this daily bullish fair value gap, for example. Okay, we are at this daily bullish fair value gap. So I understand with my back test, with my data, I am at this daily fair value gap as an internal. So I'm looking for the bullish move. Okay, and let's say we have this external target, for example. Okay, and ये जो red arrow देख रहे हो आप लोग, let's say this is 1 hour time frame. Okay, so I understand we hit daily fair value gap, so I'm using my time frame alignment. Okay, so from daily I am watching market at 1 hour level. Okay, this is, let's say for example, 1 hour time frame. Okay, this retracement is, we watching this as 1 hour time frame. So now for the entry criteria, okay, to look for trade, what I want to see basically. Okay, so I can see we tap this basically fair value gap on daily. So if I want to trade swing, if I want to look for trade, so let's say in this leg, okay, let's say from this last price action, okay, let's say in this price action, okay. So let's say here we created, for example, let's say bearish fair value gap on 1 hour time frame, okay, just for example, okay. We created here, let's say 1 hour bearish fair value gap, okay, एंड इसको थोड़ा छोटा कर देते हैं ताकि क्लियर हो। ठीक है, लेट्स से हियर ऑन द रिट्रेसमेंट, जब हम लोग रिट्रेस कर रहे थे इस डेली फेयर वैल्यू गैप में, हियर वी हैव लेट्स से H1 बेरिश फेयर वैल्यू गैप। सो व्हाट आई वांट टू सी, अगर हम लोग ये डेली फेयर वैल्यू गैप हम लोग देख रहे हैं कि इस डेली फेयर वैल्यू गैप से मार्केट कंटिन्यू करे ट्रेड हायर, आई वांट टू सी कि 1 आवर टाइम फ्रेम में मार्केट ये जो बेरिश फेयर वैल्यू गैप ये फॉर्म किया है, यहाँ पे ये जो बेरिश फेयर वैल्यू गैप मार्केट फॉर्म किया है, मार्केट इसको इन्वर्टेड फेयर वैल्यू गैप बनाए। ओके, इन्वर्टेड फेयर वैल्यू गैप बनाने का मतलब कि 1 आवर टाइम फ्रेम में मार्केट स्ट्रांगली ट्रेड करे अप साइड, या फिर इट कैन बी गो समथिंग लाइक दिस एज वेल। ओके, फॉर एग्जांपल, ओके, सो जो ये हम लोग का जो भी लास्ट बेरिश फेयर वैल्यू गैप होगा, ओके, जब हम लोग ये डेली फेयर वैल्यू गैप, लिसन मी केयरफुली, ओके, तो जो भी लास्ट बेरिश फेयर वैल्यू गैप होगा, ओके, 1 आवर में जो हम लोग देख रहे हैं डेली से 1 आवर टाइम फ्रेम, जो भी लास्ट बेरिश फेयर वैल्यू गैप होगा, ओके, आई वांट टू सी कि वो बेरिश फेयर वैल्यू गैप इन्वर्टेड फेयर वैल्यू गैप बने। ओके, ताकि मेरे को ये एक साइन मिले, लिसन मी केयरफुली, ताकि मेरे को एक साइन मिले कि ये जो बेरिश लेवल है, जो बेरिश फेयर वैल्यू गैप है, मार्केट उसको रेस्पेक्ट नहीं कर रहा है, यानी कि बेरिश ऑर्डर फ्लो 1 आवर टाइम फ्रेम में मार्केट रेस्पेक्ट नहीं कर रहा। ओके, एंड लेट्स से वी ट्रेडेड हायर। ओके, इसको मैं ब्लू मार्क कर लेता हूँ। सो आई एम वेटिंग कि मार्केट ये बेरिश फेयर वैल्यू गैप जो फॉर्म किया है, आई वांट टू सी कि ये इन्वर्टेड फेयर वैल्यू गैप में फॉर्म हो जाए। ओके, कि ये बेरिश फेयर वैल्यू गैप अब होल्ड नहीं कर रहा है बेसिकली, सो वी क्रिएटेड इन्वर्टेड फेयर वैल्यू गैप। सो दैट्स गिविंग मी साइन कि there is possibility that market is holding this daily fair value gap. We seeing some rejection. Okay, we seeing some momentum from this daily fair value gap. Okay, we seeing some momentum from this daily fair value gap, right? एंड वी कैन सी जो H1 लास्ट बेरिश फेयर वैल्यू गैप था, मार्केट उसको डिसरिस्पेक्ट करके कैंडल ऊपर क्लोज हुआ है। अब जिसको इन्वर्टेड फेयर वैल्यू गैप पता नहीं है, ऑफ कोर्स मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता हूँ, आई हैव ऑलरेडी मेड वीडियो ऑन दैट, सो फर्स्ट गो एंड वॉच वीडियो। ओके, सो लेट्स से वी क्रिएटेड इन्वर्टेड फेयर वैल्यू गैप, एंड जब हम लोग लेट्स से ये इन्वर्टेड फेयर वैल्यू गैप, जब हम लोग ये बुलिश प्राइस एक्शन देख रहे हैं, डेली फेयर वैल्यू गैप जब हम लोग हिट किए, एंड यहाँ से जो बुलिश मूव देख रहे हैं, ओके, अगर हम लोग यहाँ पे बुलिश फेयर वैल्यू गैप फॉर्म कर रहे हैं, ओके, लेट्स हम लोग H1 में वी सीइंग कि मार्केट इज ट्रेडिंग हायर, ओके, मार्केट इज ट्रेडिंग हायर, इट क्रिएटेड इन्वर्टेड फेयर वैल्यू गैप, एंड लेट्स से एज वेल वी फॉर्म्ड bullish fair value gap, for example. Okay, let's say here we formed bullish fair value gap, H1 bullish fair value gap. So we have to do nothing, we have to place our limit at this H1 fair value gap. Okay, एंड जो भी लास्ट स्विंग लो होगा H1 टाइम फ्रेम में हम लोग का, हम लोग लेट्स से ये लास्ट स्विंग लो है, हम लोग स्टॉप लॉस अपना उसके नीचे रखेंगे, ओके, एंड वी विल टारगेट, आई पर्सनली लाइक टारगेट सिंपल 1:2 रिस्क रिवार्ड, ओके, जहाँ पे 1:2 रिस्क रिवार्ड मेरे को मिले, ओके, इनसाइड दिस एक्सटर्नल टारगेट, ओके, यू कैन सी एक्सटर्नल टारगेट अभी हम लोग का फॉर एग्जांपल यहाँ पे, बट मेरा 1:2 रिस्क रिवार्ड यहीं पे कंप्लीट हो जा रहा है, so I like to target this, okay, you can also target external but stick with 1:2 risk reward, that will be helpful. And in the first video I told you guys, even if you have 50-60% win rate and if you're trading 1:2 risk reward, you will make money in series of trade, right? In end you will make money, right? So let's say here we created H1 bullish fair value gap in this leg, in this bullish momentum. Simply place limit, put your stop loss below the low, and just target 1:2. Here you can do two things basically when you are doing targeting. Either, let me delete this arrow first of all. Let's say this is 1:2 risk reward. Either book 80% profit. Let's say market hit your 1:2. Book your 80% profit, take partial 80%, and then the rest position hold for final external range target, and then move stop loss to break even. Okay, once you hit 1:2 risk reward, that you can do. But if you want to take complete profit at 1:2, you can do that. Okay, trading risk reward is totally on you, but personally, I like 1:2 risk reward. Okay, so I hope this concept is clear, and that's how basically I trade. Okay, there's nothing rocket science. Okay, maybe for the first time bounce कर गया होगा आप लोग को. Okay, watch this video second time, third time. Okay, फिर भी समझ में नहीं आए, let me know, I can help you then. Okay, एंड जो ये हम लोग भी डेली टाइम फ्रेम में देखें, सेम थिंग वी कैन गो ऑन वीकली एंड देन H4. ओके, सो लेट्स से दिस वाज बेसिकली वीकली फेयर वैल्यू गैप, ओके, एंड जो ये डाउन साइड मूव हम लोग देख रहे हैं, ये जो डाउन साइड मूव देख रहे हैं हम लोग, जो बेयरिश मूव है, लेट्स से दिस इज H4 टाइम फ्रेम, वी यूजिंग टाइम फ्रेम अलाइनमेंट फ्रॉम वीकली टू 4 आवर, ओके। सो अगर लेट्स से 4 आवर में हम लोग, सॉरी, सो लेट्स से 4 आवर में हम लोग का यहाँ पे एक बेरिश फेयर वैल्यू गैप था फॉर एग्जांपल, ओके, 4 आवर में बेरिश फेयर वैल्यू गैप था, तो हम लोग चाहते हैं कि 4 आवर टाइम फ्रेम का कैंडल क्लोज हो ये बेरिश फेयर वैल्यू गैप के ऊपर एंड इसको इन्वर्टेड फेयर वैल्यू गैप बनाए, एंड लेट्स से हम लोग यहाँ पे कहीं पे बुलिश फेयर वैल्यू गैप फॉर्म किए होंगे 4 आवर में, देन वी विल प्लेस आवर एंट्री ऑन दैट 4 आवर, स्टॉप लॉस विल बी अगेन सेम, बिलो स्विंग लो एंड टारगेट 1:2. Simple, okay. What we used here, we used here higher time frame narrative, okay, daily, weekly. Then we using time frame alignment, okay. Once we go to lower time frame, whatever time frame, whatever market you watching, let's say weekly, then we going to 4 hour. We waiting कि 4 hour inverted fair value gap form हो, okay, and then bullish fair value gap में हम लोग entry ले in this buy model basically, okay. Now, one more thing I want to cover. Not always you need this bearish fair value gap, okay. Sometime you will see you don't have any bearish, let's say this is 4 hour, okay, same goes with other as well, okay. Let me delete this quickly, so listen me this as well. So maybe we don't have any 4 hour bearish fair value gap, okay, maybe we don't have any bearish fair value gap, and that's completely okay, okay. We don't, it's not compulsory, okay, it's not compulsory, okay. Let's say this is weekly level we hit, this is 4 hour, okay, this retracement, let's say this leg is 4 hour time frame for example, okay, and on 4 hour we seeing some impulse move, okay, we seeing some impulse move, and let's say we created bullish fair value gap, for example we created bullish fair value gap and on H4 time frame basically, okay. So let's say we created H4 bullish fair value gap because we're using time frame alignment from weekly, we're going to 4 hour time frame, right. Then also you can place your limit on this H4. Okay, you can place your buy limit at this H4 and you can target external or 1:2 risk reward. Having inverted fair value gap is not always necessary. Sometimes you will see there is no bearish fair value gap in this example, vice versa for the sell. Okay, but if we have bearish fair value gap, okay, if we have bearish fair value gap for example, okay, in this we talking about bullish example, right. So if we have bearish fair value gap and it become inverted fair value gap, that's basically more high probability trade for me personally. Okay, why? Because I understand we had this bearish fair value gap. Okay, we have this defense area on 4 hour time frame that can, let's say for example, okay, let me delete this. Okay, and let's delete this. Let's say we have this 4 hour bearish fair value gap. Okay, for example, okay, and we hit this weekly fair value gap. So let's say on 4 hour we seeing some momentum upside, but we have not created any bullish fair value gap for entry. Okay, let's say from this low, okay, to this high, we traded higher on 4 hour. Okay, and let's say we are at this bearish fair value gap, for example. Okay, when we traded from this low, when we traded from this low to this high, we have not created any bullish fair value gap. We have not created, okay, any bullish fair value gap, and we hit this bearish fair value gap. So I know we have this defense area for sell, right? We have this defense area or for bearish move. Okay, maybe market can hold this 4 hour fair value gap, and again it can continue push lower maybe. Okay, so let me delete this. So I know it can hold this level and it can trade lower again. Okay, so if it create inverted fair value gap, if it will create inverted fair value gap, okay, on 4 hour or whatever, again I'll say uh, level you watching and whatever time frame alignment you using. So I understand if we created inverted fair value gap, that showing me sign this bearish level is not holding and bullish momentum is coming basically, right? Because we not respecting bearish level, right? So I hope this is clear to you guys. Okay, so I forgot what I was saying. Sorry, I was talking with my friend. Okay, काफी लंबा बात हो गया. So yeah, I was saying कि if we have, let's say, bearish level, okay, bearish fair value gap, for example, and it's disrespecting bearish fair value gap, that it's showing the sign that momentum is shifting, basically order flow is shifting, right? Remember our order flow concept. So I hope this video will help you to give you understanding how we're going to trade a swing model basically. Okay, I'll show you example in upcoming in next video, basically not in upcoming video. In next video I'll show you example, but आज के लिए इतना ही रखते हैं, नहीं तो काफी लेंदी वीडियो हो जाएगा. Okay, and you can go and practice this as well basically. Okay, just try to go and do this by your own. जो मैं ये सिर्फ एक illustration देके समझाया हूँ, go to your price action and try to find this. Okay.